Hello and welcome to my F1 24 driver career mode here today for part 50 for the final round of the 2026 Formula 1 season and the decider for P2 in the Drivers' Championship. We're currently ahead on 177 points, then it's Alonso on 173, then it's Leclerc on 171. If we finish ahead of both Alonso and Leclerc, we finish P2 in the Drivers. If Leclerc wins, he finishes P2. If Leclerc wins without the fastest lap, and we are P2. Leclerc will finish P2 on countback. Leclerc finishes P2, we need to finish P4. Leclerc finishes outside the top 6, we finish P2. Alonso wins, he finishes P2. Alonso finishes P2, we need to finish P3 with the fastest lap. Final qualifying session as we come into the chicane at the end of the strip. We've dropped the back end a little bit. We've been given a lovely time by Bottas, who has announced his retirement this weekend, as he pits and gives a home run into the final corner. That first lap isn't the best though, only puts us P12. And then our final run, we've gone purple in the first sector, we've found 2 tenths and we've nearly lost it again. Leclerc has gone provisional pole as we head towards the final corner, and Ricciardo in his Williams has just decided to overtake us and cost us time, and we're going to start the race P50.
So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Fernando Alonso, Albon, Sainz, Perez, Hamilton, Oscar Piastri, Russell, Stroll, Tsunoda, Gasly, Ricciardo, Brown, Ocon, Joe, Hulkenberg, Bottas and Logan Sargent. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So here we go then, one more race in 2026. Here we'll finish P2 in the Drivers. And we're racing under the lights of Las Vegas, and we haven't got the best of starts. We're being really squeezed up against the wall as we go into turn 1. We try and look to the outside, try and get the traction. We've gained a couple of places on the outside there. We're side by side with an Alpine. We've got the job done there. Now in front of us is the other Alpine and a Williams. As Daniel Ricciardo as we're all over the road. We've got a lovely toe here. We're going to go 3 wide. It's the RB down the inside. We could get the other RB here. We've got 2 positions. We're nearly made contact there. We're going to do the old dummy though and go straight down the inside and past into that really awkward chicane. And now up next is the McLaren. As Leclerc leads from Max from Alonso, we really need to get the hammer down here if we want to finish P2 in the Drivers' Championship. It's down the inside of the McLaren going on to the strip where again another place we're flying on this opening lap. We're going to have a lovely toe here to get past the McLaren, to get past the Ferrari of Lewis Hamilton. As we head down the strip now, we're getting closer and closer ever so slowly to the back of that Ferrari, but I think we are going to be too far back, got maybe a bit too much downforce on, but we're going to be incredibly late on the brakes and get the job done on the 7-time world champion. It's been another shocker season for Hamilton in the Ferrari. Now we're right on the back of the Mercedes. As we're getting closer and closer here, we're going to look to the outside. It's breaking into the corner we go, and we get him around the outside. That's one Mercedes down, the next Mercedes is in front of us. We're flying on the opening couple of laps, so we're getting closer and closer here to the back of the Mercedes of Carlos Sainz's. The Red Bull of Max is trying to get past Leclerc there. We're going to go very late on the brakes down the inside of Carlos Sainz, get another place there. We're up now into P7. And we're just ticking them off one by one in the early stages of this Grand Prix. As Max is trying to get past Leclerc still, he's on the outside. I think Leclerc may have just held him off. got the inside line, Leclerc has. Alonso's trying to have a look for any scraps as Max has the inside line. Leclerc can't keep it pinned and Max takes the lead of the Grand Prix here in Vegas. Now further back, we're looking to get past Perez here. We're quite far back, but we're still going to go for it down the inside of the Red Bull. We're up into P6 now, 9 cars in just 3 laps. And into the awkward chicane we go. We have ran a little bit wide, but we've kept Perez behind, we've pulled away, and now we're on the back of Albon. The Williams is going to be hard to overtake, but late on the brakes once again. We're flying up into the top 5. Of course we just need this race if we want to finish P2. We're on the back of Lando Norris now in his McLaren. We're a little bit too far back to go for the lunge, but we're going to set him up lovely now to go flying down the straight. We're right in his gearbox. We're going to have the DRS as well, but we're going to get him before we even get to the DRS line. But that McLaren is slightly quicker on a straight line, but the DRS and the battery is just going to get us ahead. It's a lovely drag race down, but we get the job done. Max and Leclerc are still side by side. Alonso's had to anchor up. We've got Alonso. Now we may get Leclerc. Max, we're 3 wide here. Max has been double dealing. Needed contact there with us, Leclerc and Max. But we're up into P2. There's 3 cars very quickly then. Now we may be able to get Leclerc here. Alonso's through on Max as well. Max has had a shocker. 3 wide into the final corner. Now can we get Leclerc for the lead of the Grand Prix and P2 in the championship? We're alongside, and in just 5 laps of the Las Vegas Grand Prix we've gone from starting P15 to P1. We're flying. Now can we pull away from the Ferrari and put this P2 in the championship to bed? As the top 3 now, look at us, are the top 3 for P2 in the championship, as we nearly bin it into the wall and gifting P1 back Leclerc, unless we can get him back down the inside. Alonso had a little look, but down the inside, back down the inside into turn 1 we go. Can we get the traction or not? Leclerc's going to hold the outside line. Leclerc fends us off, but the top 3 in the race now are the 3 battling for P2, but we're back alongside Leclerc. We've got the DRS. We should have him this time into that corner, into the spear section and the chicane. It's job done as Max is coming back at Fernando Alonso. Alonso needs to hold the Red Bull off here. He'll have the inside line, but the extra traction is where Max is with the racing line, and Max takes P3 back. And me and Leclerc have pulled away from that battle, but we can't pull away from Leclerc, and Leclerc with the DRS is alongside of us, and he's back into the lead of the Grand Prix. And this battle for P2 is just turning even better here. We've managed to stick with him. We're going to go though to the outside, into the spear section, round the outside. Leclerc has no option but to back out there. But down the strip he sticked with us once again into the final corner. We try and hold it round the outside. Leclerc's on the inside. We do hold him off, and now Leclerc getting closer and closer again as we head down the Vegas strip past all the iconic sights. Leclerc overtakes us again, back into the lead of the Grand Prix. We're on the outside. We're going to try and keep it pinned around the outside. Leclerc has to back out. He really tried to keep it in, and Alonso's re-overtaken Max there as we box for our one and only stop of the day on lap 11. Alonso and Leclerc stay out. Max has followed us in the Red Bull. Now this has to be a good stop. We may have a chance here to break the DRS and pull away from Leclerc if everything goes to plan. Finally a decent stop. The stops in the last couple of rounds haven't been particularly good for us, but 2.5 seconds bang on where it should be. But we are going to come out in a bit of traffic. We're right behind a Haas and the Sauber. Haas still still haven't scored a point this season. This is their one and only opportunity remaining, as they're going to go side by side. Now we just need to keep it clean. Hulkenberg and Joe to the inside, and we get the job done. Great double move there, we needed that. We couldn't afford to be held up by the much slower cars. So at the end of lap 12, they've gone one extra lap, have Alonso and Leclerc, but Leclerc is going to box both of them onto the hard tyre, follow our strategy. But now where are we compared to these two? Have we done the strategy to get the gap out as we're coming through the final corner? They've massively pulled away from Max, down into turn 1, sweep round the outside at turn 1. Where are they? He's just behind us. So we haven't really gained anything, but we haven't lost anything either. But we've been very quick on this hard tyre, and we've pulled 2 seconds on Leclerc and Alonso as George retires from the Grand Prix. What's happened to George? He's had a big engine failure. That's what's happened to George. His day's over in the Mercedes. George's day is done, as now this is the gap now, 2 seconds. Alonso can't get close to Leclerc to have a go, and everything is going according to plan so far for us. P2, as it currently stands, is ours in the championship, and another win this season after Cota as we go onto the strip.
You're pushing too hard, it's causing your gearbox to take increased wear, just be careful.
We need to be careful with the gearbox, but the gearbox is gone. The gearbox is gone on the strip. Our day's over, and we see P2 in the championship disappear from our grasp. It's going to be another mechanical DNF this season, our first since Zandvoort. Our day is over. Our attempt to finish P2 in the drivers is over, and our season as well is over. It's not the way I wanted things to end, as we come down the strip very slowly. If there's going to be somewhere to break down, that's quite a scary place, but as we pull over slowly, it's all over this season, and now it's between Leclerc and Alonso to decide who finishes P2.
From Monaco will win again. Charles Leclerc takes the checkered flag. And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari.
So Leclerc wins then in Vegas and finishes P2 in the Drivers' Championship. Alonso P2 couldn't do it in the end, and Max rounds out the top 3. It was going so well for us, and then the gearbox went that issue, and our day was over. Our third mechanical retirement of the season, our first since Zandvoort. That was a race and could have won, and it's the same here tonight, but it was Logan Sargent, the final finisher of the day in P18. So this is the World Championship then. Max was world champion in the end by 100 points over Charles Leclerc. He was only 9 points in front of Alonso, and we were 10 points back from Alonso and 19 back from Leclerc. And it's yet again, you can look at those races mid-season, Spa, Zandvoort, Monza, Baku, always come back to bite us in the end. Lando Norris, who rounded out the top 5 in the drivers. There was 4 drivers who never scored a point. The RB, Avalanche, Stroll, Nico Hulkenberg in the Haas, Bottas in the Sauber, and Logan Sargent as well in the Haas. And then in terms of the constructors then, and Red Bull win the constructors by 29 points. That win could have given us a chance of potential 1-3 or 1-2 in that race. We had a strong start to the season, and then Red Bull got ahead. The turning point was really the double DNF in Zandvoort. We never caught Red Bull back up after that, and then it was McLaren P3, Ferrari finished P4, P5 was Mercedes, and then down at the bottom Haas was the only team never to score a point. But now this is the big decision. What do we do next season? Do we stick with Aston Martin going into the new reg changes? Do we go to Red Bull? Because we had those talks earlier on in the season to partner Max, but will we be playing number 2 or will we be equal to Max? Or do we finally get the call from Toto Wolff and get promoted? It's been the aim of the career mode, so maybe they will offer us a contract. That's been then your Las Vegas Grand Prix, and that's been your 2026 season as well, a season of what ifs. I'll see you next season when we go again in 2027. Goodbye.